When I drive up, I park in a space that puts me closer to the door.
I think he's a murderer.
I'm very intentional about not dwelling around outside.
We hear like, well, I'm pro-choice, but they don't complete the sentence. I'm pro-choice for murder.
Once I'm in, I don't leave until I'm done. See that guy right there with that sign? So there they are. Prayer saves babies and lives. Yeah. Knock.
This is Dr. Willie Parker. He's a Christian and a reproductive justice advocate.
I'm Dr. Parker. I'll be helping to take care of you. So this will be about 5 weeks. Is that right? So what's going to happen is they're going to put some medicine in your IV. Inside, you're going to feel something go like this. That's me removing the pregnancy with a tube, and then you're going to feel a cramp. If I'm going to make a moral case for abortion, then I have to claim the identity that is true to me, but it is also the identity that has been most problematic around reproductive rights. Before, I used to say I'm a follower of Christ, small c, not a Christian, because I didn't want to be identified with very conservative people who were very hostile to abortion.
But now he's on a mission to take back his Christian identity. For himself and for fellow Christians who believe their faith and access to safe abortions are not in opposition. And the time has never been more urgent.
Never have we had as many laws at the local level that gut the provisions of Roe, so that even though abortion remains legal in the country, for all practical purposes, it's inaccessible because of all the barriers that have been created.
In 2001, Alabama had 12 abortion clinics. Today, only 5. Dr. Parker works at 2 of them, and also at the last remaining clinic in Mississippi. The threat of closure is constant.
I'm not here and you're not here, there are no abortions here. And 2, there's a specific regulation that says that this clinic cannot operate on the weekend. It can't operate on the weekend in this particular location.
Have a statewide strategy already. When Roe versus Wade is overturned, we will...
Protesters are ever present at the 3 clinics where Parker splits his time. At the Huntsville, Alabama clinic, volunteer escorts shield arriving patients from protesters, who sometimes film the women entering the building.
Who is it? Oh, it's Sneaky Pete. It's a contingent from Florence. They drive from all over.
We spoke with a protester named Diane, who feels her prayers are finally being answered.
Millions of people who believe that we are a Christian nation, we have been praying, and as a result, we got an entirely different administration.
Across town, we met up with George Berry, a deacon at a local Baptist church who has been working to close the clinic in Huntsville.
We passed a legislation last year that says, no, you can't have an abortion mill within 200 yards of an elementary school. That passed the Alabama legislature, both House, both Senate, and the governor signed it. It became law. A federal liberal judge, Myron Thompson, overturned that. And you've seen that over and over. A judge will just overturn good laws.
Although that effort failed, which would have closed the clinic in Huntsville, Berry and other supporters hope for future legislative bans on abortion. They also look for movement at the federal level to overturn Roe v. Wade and make abortion illegal countrywide.
And then, God bless America, so we all sing together.
On Saturdays, Berry leads a prayer group that meets across the street. With President Trump's conservative stance on abortion,
I'm pro-life. The judges will be pro-life.
And his potential opportunity to appoint additional conservative judges to the Supreme Court, Dr. Parker has never faced so many challenges.
We have a president that's openly hostile to reproductive rights, and we now have the possibility that the Supreme Court will be shifted to the point where they would overturn a challenge to Roe.
But Dr. Parker trusts in his faith and believes this is the moral fight of his time.
I was not of the age of accountability during the civil rights movement. I was not born into slavery. I'm in 2017, I'm a women's health provider. This is my time and this is my responsibility. So, you know, if history is when somebody looks back on who you were and what you did, I'm living with a confidence that I will be deemed to have been on the right side of history.